Tony-nominated actor Lou Liberatore is known for many stage and screen roles, including The Good Wife and Law and Order. And he made his Broadway debut in a groundbreaking play about the AIDS crisis. Beth Kovetz spoke with him about how some of his dramatic theater roles mirrored his life offstage.
In his nonstop 40-year career on New York City stages, Lou Liberatore has appeared in some of the most significant new works by American playwrights.
Bill Hoffman saw me in the hall one day and said, "Lou, come here. Come into this room. Help me read. I just wrote a couple of things. There's a couple of scenes I want you to read of this play I wrote." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." And I said, "What's it about?" "Well, kind of dealing with AIDS." I was like, "Oh, man, Jesus Christmas." So, do the scenes. A couple of weeks later, a couple months later, "Lou, there's a few more scenes. You want to read that?" So slowly but surely, that's how it was. It kind of developed. So long story short, a production. So I had this cold I couldn't get rid of. And so I go to the doctor and I'm just saying, "Yeah, what's this?" And he goes, "Oh, let me see what we can do. And by the way, what's that purple thing on your leg?" I went, "Oh, that?" I said, "Oh, I don't know. It's been there. I don't know what it is." "Huh. Let me biopsy." They took a biopsy. Come back 2 weeks later. They give me the last appointment of the day. They're all in the room with me. And they're like, "Well, we have to tell you, you have Kaposi sarcoma." That's what came back from the biopsy. And of course I'd heard of it. I'm rehearsing this play about AIDS. I'm a gay man. It's the early 80s. I'm not even sure if it was called AIDS then. I'm trying to think. It was still called GRID, gay-related immune deficiency. Then it was like, we have to go treat that. We have to get radiation for that. I'm like, "Oh, where?" Up at Mount Sinai. I said, "Oh, when?" "Now." I went, "Now?" I said, "I have rehearsal." And I left. And I went to rehearsal. In 1984, it's a death sentence when people tell you have AIDS, of course, right? And you can't tell anybody. What are you going to do? I told the stage manager and I told the director, and that was it. And I didn't do anything about it. I took no meds. I didn't go to the doctor. I just totally pushed it to the side and worked on the play. And I will say, again, looking back, that was my therapy. That was my medicine. That was my therapeutics. Being on stage every night, doing a play about AIDS, bringing that to the world, bringing that to the public, working on that. That is one of the things I think that why I'm still here today. Please, it's 30 plus years. This is 1984, right? Where are we now? I can't do the math, but it's like about 30 something or other.
The 1985 Tony Awards.
The nominees for Best Performance by a Featured Actor in a Play are Lou Liberatore, Burn This.
I was on stage, remember, and just could have hit me. I was like, if I die tomorrow, no big deal. What does every actor want in their life? They want to go to Broadway. I'm on Broadway. And here I am. It's like no big deal. So I was just like, there was like this acceptance that went over, that completely took over, and it was fantastic. Fantastic. It was, yay, AIDS. It was calming.
And all these years later, Liberatore's consistent nightly on-stage art therapy, plus some modern medical intervention, have kept him healthy and in demand as a New York City actor. For Arts in the City, this has been Beth Kovetz.